Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of Get Into It. It is January, 29th, and we're finishing up the 4-part series that I've done this month on the New Year's Starter Guide, how to really get your year off on the best foot possible. So we're wrapping up today talking about clearing. And so, it's January, right? We have already been shut up here where it's colder. The windows have been closed probably for a few months already. And if you really want to get your year off to a great start, something that you can do is do a great clearing of your space. And that way it kind of just, refreshes everything. It's almost like a spring clean a couple of months early. So what I like to do is, if there is a day where it isn't super frigid, open your windows, get some fresh air flowing through your space. And especially if there's an area that you've been challenged with, maybe if you're challenged with relationships, you could start with really clearing the space in your bedroom. If it's finances and career related, you could do that in the area that you tend to do some work in, maybe an office space or an area that you have designated as your office space. If there's stuff going on with your kids, you could clear their rooms or their space or even a playroom. So you don't have to do your whole entire home at one fell swoop. You can start in one specific area. So a lot of you have heard of something called saging, but not everybody likes the smell of sage. It does have a very pungent aroma. Even if you use the spray as opposed to burning the actual sage, it can leave a lingering smell. So I wanted to share with you some ways that you can clear your space without actually needing to use sage. Now, of course, that is a wonderful method to use. So if you like it, by all means, you can do that. Open up some windows, give your space a great sage, but actually I want to back up a step. Before you even do that, clean up. I had a wonderful afternoon yesterday. Shout out to Adrienne Furry, who came to me to help me clean out my closet. And we did a wonderful kind of full makeover a few months ago. She helped me kind of give me a new fresh makeup look. That's not what I'm wearing today, just so you know. This is pretty much almost no makeup because I'm rushing this morning to take my son out to the dentist. But yeah, she gave me a great new look. And then yesterday was part 2. She came and helped me really get a sense of, my outfits, what things in my closet could be released, and it was fantastic. So I just feel so much better, so much lighter just from that. So you know how it feels when you do a cleanup, right? You shift that energy, you get rid of stagnant stuff. So again, go around those spaces where you might be challenged and do some cleanup first. After you've cleared away the clutter, then you can get into the energetic cleaning side of things. So like I said, if you don't want to sage, there's some other things that you can do. So number 1, sound. Sound is an amazing shifter of energy. You know how when you listen to music, it shifts your energy, right? You could go from feeling really crappy and then you listen to your favorite song and then all of a sudden your mood has totally changed, right? So sound is something that you can use. So you can actually take anything that makes sound, a whistle, 2 wooden spoons that you bang together, ting shaws, singing bowls, whatever, makes some kind of a noise, and a bell you could ring, and just go through your space in hi Pay, nice to have you here, thank you for the hearts. You can use that to shift and move that energy in your space. Again, you don't necessarily have to do your whole entire home. You can start in one area that's been a little more challenging for you and then build on that, right? So sound is an amazing space, energetic cleaning tool, and it's free, which is even better, right? It doesn't cost you anything. The second thing that you can use is sea salt. Now, you may want to just be careful if you have small children or pets, but you can actually sprinkle a little bit of sea salt in a room, or even place a bowl with some sea salt in a room. Think of it as being an absorbent, right? You know how if you drop your cell phone in water, they say put it in a bag of rice. The rice will absorb the moisture and hopefully save your phone. And it's kind of the same concept. If you use sea salt in a space, it will absorb any of that dense and heavy negative energy and help to clear out the space. Okay, so that's something else you can do. Similarly to that is you can put a bowl with some sea salt in it, a bowl of water, sorry, with some sea salt in it, and the water with the sea salt can also absorb that dense and heavy energy. Okay, so that's something else that you can do. Again, you may want to set that on a shelf or somewhere where your pets or your children aren't going to get into it. Okay. And lastly, you can use one of those Himalayan salt lamps, right? Those are also supposed to be really great to help shift and kind of like absorb any negative or heavy toxic energy. So those are very relatively inexpensive, and they're pretty too, right? You turn them on, they glow from within, they look really, really cute. And I said finally, but now I thought of another one. The other one that a lot of people don't consider is Mother Nature plants. Plants are fantastic for absorbing energy as well. You want to get plants that have big, broad leaves, nothing spiky, you know, something nice, big, full leaves, and especially those are great to have in your bedroom as we're sleeping and we're kind of off-gassing, you know, our energy. It's kind of like a filter. It takes that energy away and releases fresh energy and oxygen into our space. So live plants are wonderful. Again, though, do be careful. If you have pets, consult your vet or go online, because there are a number of common house plants that are actually toxic to pets. So you have to be a little bit careful there. But if you can put them up high, for example, in my office, you can't see it right now, but I have high bookshelves, and along the very, very top is where I have some plants, because my kitty doesn't get up there. So that way I can keep them in here, keep the space fresh with that, that energy from Mother Nature. Even on my desk, I have a little plant right here. See, it's cheery, it's cute, and this one is okay to have. So what does Pay say? Moving into another home this weekend, so I'd like to say, yeah, do that first if you can. Sage the crap out of it. I had a funny picture. If you scroll down on this page, it shows a home with huge smoke billowing out of it, and it says me when I sage. Okay, maybe it's not that extreme, but yeah, you will want to absolutely do that. Actually, you can also, there's another method I thought of just now. You know, I'm an angel therapy practitioner, right? Work with our angels. Archangel Michael is all about protection, and I often will call on Archangel Michael as I'm doing that other space clearing methods to call on him and say, please remove any dense, heavy, negative, and toxic energy in this space. And he will come with his helper angels called the Band of Mercy, and they can come and help take that energy away, transmute it, off it goes, and you are left with fresh and clear space. So this is something, like I said, at the beginning of the year, it's a great thing to do to really just re-energize yourself, but by all means, don't just do it at the beginning of the new year. Get into a habit of this, and you'll know by your mood. If your mood is lousy, that's also a signal. Hey, I can shift my mood. I can shift that. Thank you for the hearts, Pay. Do that to shift your energy when you're feeling lousy. You know, it's hard to get through the winter months. It's cold, it's dark, people feel depressed, nobody has motivation. Excuse me, it's like you lost your mojo, right? I've gone through that too, especially here in Canada where we have really long and cold winters. So by doing that, it's gonna just make you feel so much better. So if you can get into the habit of doing that, even better, right? So maybe again, you may wanna work with the moon cycles as a way to remember. On the full moons, you can think, oh, full moon tonight, that day, open up the windows, get some fresh air in there, do some kind of space clearing method, shift things around, tidy up, get rid of clutter. You'll feel so, so much better and really get, things shifting and moving. Another way that you can use this is if you feel stagnant, if you feel like you're not getting anywhere, in any area of your life. If you feel like you're on that treadmill and you're doing everything and you feel like you're doing everything right and you're not seeing the results to match, or if you feel like you're going, 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, that's another indicator that you might need an energy shift, right? Just to sort of get rid of any blocks that are there so you can go forward and have that momentum. So that's another way that you can use space clearing as well. All right, I think now I finally covered off all the ones that I could think of, all the ones that I usually recommend and use myself. If you have one that you love or one that I haven't mentioned, please share it. If you're coming on watching this on the replay, please post it. I always love learning from other people, so if you've got a method that I've never heard of or I've never tried, hey, I'm always a guinea pig on myself. I always experiment on myself, so I'd love to try out your method. Post it below. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'm off to take my son to the dentist. Have a fantastic day. We'll see you all here next week at the regular time. So that'll be 1 o'clock Eastern or 11 Mountain. Have a great week. Thanks, Pei. Pass this along if it was helpful. See you later.